The first time Adrian waved away my business opinion, I was 19 and he was 27. At Dad's retirement dinner, he'd just closed his first contract and held court, tracing maps in the air with his fork. When Dad finally asked me, politeness more than interest, I said the pricing felt tight and he should stock cash before adding trucks. Adrian laughed, told me to stick to freshman econ, and the table chuckled. I went back to my salmon. 14 years later, I was 33, Adrian 41, and the dynamic hadn't changed. He'd built Arclane Logistics from 3 trucks into what he called a 400 million juggernaut with 12 states, 300-plus employees, and a corner view he name-dropped like a credential. I ran a consulting firm in Seattle. 6 employees, decent profits, nothing flashy. That was the official story. The true story. By 25, I'd crossed 8 figures through early tech bets. By 30, I'd grown that into serious capital. I lived quietly, worked quietly, and 8 years ago, when Adrian's expansion binge shoved Arclane to the brink, a consortium rescued him with $180 million. Through a lattice of LLCs and my advisor, Victor Hahn, that consortium was me. 51%, 12% coupon, no board seat, total anonymity. Tonight, 18 relatives packed Adrian's Bellevue showpiece for an important announcement. He stood like a CEO before shareholders. Acquisition interest, he said. Valuations between $850 and $1.1 billion. The room erupted. I did math. Given the debt and my silent position, bragged personal equity, 6 to 750, was a fairy tale. He needled me for praise. I raised my glass, smiled, and stepped into hallway to call Victor. Start my withdrawal rights, I said. Tonight. Victor didn't gasp. He said, under the agreement, once we file, Adrian gets 7 days. He'll learn a majority partner exists. Reveal? I'm done being invisible, I said. By Monday, 9:47 a.m., corporate counsel had the notice. At 10:23, Adrian called. Then again, by lunch my screen was a rosary of missed calls, angry texts turning to pleading. I replied once, Wednesday, 10 o'clock, my office, the silent partner will attend. He arrived with his lawyer at 9:58, expecting mahogany, not my small conference room and espresso machine. Victor and I walked in at 10 sharp. Adrian's expression flipped from confusion to dread. Where's the partner? He asked. I slid a folder across. Here. He stared, laughed once, brittle. No. Yes, I said. The LLC's trace to me, 51%. The coupon you've paid, mine. The guidance through Victor, also mine. His lawyer paged through exhibits, face tightening. Numbers have a way of refusing charm. I set the cap table down. After debt conversion, you hold 38%. 11 goes to early employees. My withdrawal triggers a 90-day buyout or a sale. You can't finance the buyout. Adrian sagged into the chair like a punctured tire. You saved Arclane, and I've been lecturing you. You built operations, I said. I placed capital, set guardrails, and fed the strategy you liked quoting. This is us, not you. He rubbed his eyes. What do you want? Transparency. We run the acquisition together, proceeds by ownership, public acknowledgement. I withdraw the notice if you cooperate. Silence, then a nod that hurt. Fine, we do it your way. We spent hours drafting terms and signatures. Pain dried into acceptance. Next came due diligence and family truth. Due diligence didn't blink. The acquiring conglomerate sifted through our cap table, found the hidden architecture elegant rather than alarming, and pegged Arclane at $980 million. My 51% was worth $499.8 before taxes. Adrian's 38 was $372.4. Employees took the remaining 11 through their plan. Press hit. We presented as partners. Adrian answered interviews with new careful diction. Credit to strategic investors, strength through disciplined capital. Mom called. You owned 51%. Yes. How? Quiet work, long horizon. She paused, briefly. Dad asked for coffee. He apologized. The rarest currency. I saw what I wanted to see, he said. So did I answered. For too long. Adrian requested one last private meeting before signing. He stood by my office window, looking smaller than the skyline. "I've been cruel," he said. "You've been dismissive," I said. "Cruelty implies intent." He exhaled. "Thank you for not destroying me. I never wanted to. I wanted clarity." We signed. Money moved in December. My account swelled, his too. I kept the modest apartment, upgraded the coffee, and dropped anonymity for good. Founders called. I invested under my own name, sometimes alongside Victor, sometimes alone, always explicit about terms and voice. No more ventriloquism. At the next family dinner, Adrian raised a glass to the partner who built the ground I walked on. I lifted mine. To the operator who ran on it. People laughed. Warmer laughter, not at anyone. Power hadn't changed me, hiding it had. I stopped. The room adjusted.